I'm starting indoors with this because of wind noise might cut out the sound. But basically, this video is going to be called something like 9th to 13th of March with the Lovelock family in Sunninghill. Photo trail rough cut. Now I'll start with the standard introduction in a moment. So out the front door, and let's hope the wind noise doesn't spoil the sound. Ah, there's Herr Fierce Pussycat. Toady. Hello, Toady. Yes, it's been quite a busy period. The most dramatic thing is that we now have a replacement car which has got to have the right plates put on it, and this car has only got 100,000 miles on it. The one parked up the road, this is our place, the one parked on the corner here is outside Carol's, is the one that we have been using since 2017, and June, encouraged by me, decided to decided to drive through a ford, and at speed. So this car no longer works because water got into the engine. That's the tow bar on it still, and these plates, which we've used for years, C for GPS, are going to be moved. So back down the road. Sorry if the wind noise is getting into the camera. And earlier we had lots of workman vehicles here and lots of work going on. You've got a glimpse in a moment. So let's start with our standard introduction. 9th to 16th of March with the Lovelock family in Sunninghill, if I remember the title right. Photo trail rough cut. So there's our address, 22 Armitage Court. Tony. Yes, oh, nice. Robin's Corner, where GPS was tested from the late 1980s, and down here is the lovely bit of garden sculpture that June gave Robin for his last birthday present. And as I say, I'm not sure what you can give me for this. And here is the car which will soon have the plates on, so it'll say C4 GPS, and I managed to pull off the website things. Bit of a mess, but they do the job. So now walking down our drive, and there's guard cat Toady. He's decided to sit on Samantha's car. Hello, Toady. You up to mischief? Watch out for any intruders. Over here, of course, we've got a fairly recent addition, which is a place that pussycats can hide. Well, not hide, sleep, and a vantage point, but very appropriately there are armed mice, because the mice tend to get mistreated by our cats. In fact, it was only this morning that Toady brought one in. That's right, isn't it, Toady? We've got photographs of it. I managed to let it go. So we come down to the front door. Snoopy's robot boat that survived over 6 weeks at sea, and the camper that was used to transport him down to the coast with the battle damage. June said Robin did it, Robin said the wall did it, but the wall is okay. Lots of warning signs everywhere about cameras. Yes, hidden cameras inside and out the house. and quite an important sign here, and you have to read the small print about water squirters. That's your health and safety warning. Right, into the house, and quite a lot has been happening here. So that's the lounge, which isn't too bad. Closed circuit TV, rocking chair, got for practically nothing, and it was nothing actually. And right into the kitchen, and after years of waiting, we have our lovely plasterer, Paul. Sorry, Roger, beg your pardon, got that name wrong. Roger from opposite, and he's brought his stuff in today, ready to start serious work on our kitchen, which has been outstanding for, well, over 2 years now. But yeah, got a nice fridge. But that's it, right? So now through, and I'll take you upstairs, because it was only a few days ago, and it's on the earlier photo trail, which is work on a spare bathroom. So Samantha's room is there, that's Michelle's room, and that's a spare bedroom there, and here is the bathroom, and it's progressed pretty well. So tiling was pretty well done, a little bit left, loads of other work has been done, and they'll be continuing tomorrow. Right, that's enough of that, you'll be pleased to know. Down the stairs, into the games room. Yes, Samantha is still working from home, so mustn't make too much noise. Lots of junk here. Some of it is junk that we're using for what is going on at the moment. So, Samantha at her workstation. Yes, there are rowboat boats here. There's lots of bits and pieces, lots of stuff that was bought from charity shops at absolutely bargain prices. Lots of outstanding work to be done, which is mostly in the category of tidying up, but putting things in the right place. So now we will pop out into the garden and show you the latest status as of today of what has been going on in the background. Whenever there's been a gap, I've popped a bit more cement, and we're doing tests on the pond related to it leaking, but something which, instead of the obvious thing of stripping it all out, relining it and putting it all back, that would be a terrible job. If it, at the end of the day, we probably say it's not worth it. Only dropped 4 inches or so. So what I've been doing is filling it up, see where it comes out, and putting down some cement where it's coming out, and sometimes, like just recently, I put some clay down. And we also have water flowing down here, which now hopefully less of it will be going next door at Kevin's and Dawn's, and that's somewhere around this area. So that's on the list to look at, but at least we're making progress with this. Much of the rest of the garden isn't much different from what has been shown in earlier photo trails. It's mostly getting space to put tools and materials so it's easier to find. Yes, my telescope that I built as a kid, it's on the list of things to be done when there's time, and quite frankly there just aren't enough hours in the day. So the photo trail, which is a long one, has lots of odds and ends, not just the things that I've mentioned, but visits by friends, visits to friends, and remote contact with friends. And where possible, I pop in an extra picture so you know, for example, who it is. You never know, you may be on it. So, into that long photo trail. And I warn you, it is a long one. This unscripted and unrehearsed commentary may be of some use, especially if YouTube manages to do the automatic subtitles with translation. So that was the heron seen on CCTV. Here's the work guys arriving to do work on the upstairs bathroom, and Toadie having a lick of water now next door, and that's where water was coming in under the fence from the leaking air pond. That was one of the activities. So on the Friday the 10th, yeah, there's the work progressing in the upstairs spare bathroom at the stage of tiling now by the look of it, or is that the plastering finished? And Toadie on guard duty, and Bentley. And there's the pond, work going on around the side of the pond, detecting where there are leaks and patching them with cement and then checking it again. Yep, here's our tiler from Options Bath and Tiles. Oh yes, they're back from tennis. And oh yes, we went through that Ford, didn't we, June driving, and the car broke down. You just couldn't restart, so that's where it was. So we had to ring and ask Samantha to come and collect us. Left notes all over it, took some of the obvious stuff out of it. So after pictures of the Ford, we had to wait for Samantha. And yes, avoid Ford after wet weather. So Samantha comes and picks us up, and we go to Wicks and pick up the cement, which we were going to do anyhow, and some compost, and get back home. With Toadie. Hello, Toadie. So, in the kitchen, able to have food. Oh yes, putting on the spot tracker. It had a fault on it, so I had to charge it up again. And that's where we went. And that's the Ford where we got stuck. And that's where we waited. And back home. Seems to be working. And of course I have another tracker, which is the pendant tracker. That seems to be working okay. That's where we went, including the same place, the Ford across the Bourne, where we waited for Samantha to pick us up, and then we got home. Tracking is caring. Nice slogan that. June's got one of those trackers as well. Check out the pond, even though it's dark. See where the water is coming out. Throw a bit more cement down. You can just about see the heron fence there. Yeah. Looks like June's rustling up some food. Got her smart fridge. Looks like playing a video on the smart fridge, which works. You can have automatic subtitles. There we go. They can be translated into any language. That's not too bad food, is it? But I prefer to eat them watching the closed circuit TV rather than tennis. Weather doesn't look too bad. Ah yes, June's watching Death in Paradise, I think that is. Then Saturday, that's when we bought the car to replace the one we've got. work on the pond, of course, finding out where the leaks are, and then popping some more fast setting cement down and seeing where it flows. My old telescope and the heron fence. Looking at email, and other things are, there's advert for the car. Yes, that's their philosophy. Oh, that lovely call from Harvu. He and his family saw us just leaving the marooned car. Toadie on guard duty. Off to tennis again. Ah, that position looks wrong. Ah, that's because it was mobile phone based rather than GPS based. That's where we went to collect the car, opposite where I used to live. As a kid, that was, along the 9 mile ride. 9 mile ride industry. That was Stowe's Farm, I think. Directly opposite where we lived. My mum used to do a bit of housework there. There's the lovely guys we did the deal with. Did the paperwork, bought the car. Took a while to get the insurance sorted. That's because we wanted 2 cars to be roadworthy, just in case. I must admit, I like the new car. Very easy, because it's exactly the same, except everything works, whereas the other one didn't. So we got it home. Yeah, checked out where we'd been, because anybody could have seen. Yeah, put the spot tracker back in it. Went to Wickes, bought some more stuff, visited our marooned car, out of leaving the old plates there. Yeah, updated the message for anybody who finds it. Oh yes, lovely visit from the Bansal family and their relatives. And they were very interested in looking on Street View, where they live in the Punjab. So we were able to zoom in on their village and the bit of it and look at it on Street View, and that's where it is in northern India. Sunday the 12th. Now that was the day that the AA man came and recovered our car and got it back to Armitage Court. Yes, and Bentley from opposite came and explored the kitchen. Is there any food worth having, he says. Work on the pond, Toadie on guard duty. Same routine of every now and again checking for leaks. Right, that's a good spot to recover the car to. Checked with Carol and David, and looks like we're sorting out paperwork here for moving plates across onto the newer car. Work on the pond, Toadie on guard duty. Right, that's where we're going. That's mostly for the benefit of, so the AA guy knows where he's got to bring the car back. So June's driving, and we are now waiting for the AA guy to arrive, coming up to 12 o'clock. Yeah, he's made a phone call. It's on the way. Here he is, arriving. Taking to check it out. Yeah, sure enough, can't start it. Have to find a way of towing it. Ah, there's the attachment we needed. Didn't even know it was in the car. So many years ago we'd seen it. So, on tow, and he wants me to do the steering at the back, and we got back safely, able to put the car where it was planned to be put. Yes, hello Toadie. June rustles up some food. He has some, yes, my favourite, scrambled egg on toast with salmon slices. Yeah, where we've been on the trackers. And back home. Tracking is caring. Kitchen. Oh yes, getting ready to rip off the old it's not the website URL, and put it onto the other car. Check the pond, of course. Usual patching with fast setting concrete to reduce the leaking. Check it next door. Yeah, still some water coming through, unfortunately. June's clearing stuff now out of the kitchen, finding somewhere to put it, ready for our plasterer to do the plastering work in the kitchen. This is probably pub grub email going out with a few pictures to say what had been happening. Oh, and also June's got a new video on the YouTube channel, which was the snowball fight round at the Bansall's house. So the kitchen is getting ready now. Most of the junk has been cleared, ready for the important work on it, which has been outstanding for 2 years. Oh, some nice food there that June has rustled up. Yes, eat my food watching the closed circuit TV. June watches the tennis and plays a video game. Now Monday the 13th of March. Little mouse that was able to get away. Ascot plastering. There's Roger. And Toadie, who managed to catch a mouse almost that was hiding under a fallen jacket. But we able to usher the mouse outside, and he got. Move the cars, ready for the workmen coming in. There's one of them. Yep, there's Roger. All work on the leaky pond. Toadie up to mischief in the garden, prowling around, following me. Workman materials in there, materials for doing the plastering. So that work will be starting soon. Samantha working from home. Oh yeah, Lexi. Lovely email from him being shared with others. Yeah. The dustman. Yes, just starting to glue the... Oh dear.
You have no email.
Sorry about that interruption. And there we go. Guys working next door on Carol's windows. Trip to Wicks. More tubs of... Oh, and some paint as well. Toadie up to mischief, where we keep some of the materials, and there's the URL of the website
not too bad now. Lovely email from Alexi. Yeah, it's not too bad now, that back of the car. That's one of the places that might take air car. That's to be sorted. Well, more work on the pond, and we'll finish this off with the pictures taken late of frogs and snails in the garden, probably of particular interest to my French friends.
I did warn you it was a long trail, and it only remains to say, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy what days we have.